on why should we meditate, the yoga aphorisms. Mano buddha hamkara cittani naham nacha shotra juve nacha grana netri nacha vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu chidananda rupa Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Yesterday, I was in San Francisco, and once in a year, they open and they perform one-day retreat. It's called Shanti Ashram. When Swami Vivekananda brought Swami Turiyananda ji, and he got a donation of 160-acre land from a lady in that area, Bay Area. So he accepted that and then sent Turiyananda ji over there. And he said that you have to live the life of Vedanta. We have talked about Vedanta, you have to live the life of Vedanta. And when we went over there, we saw in that still that same wilderness. Now at least the car can go. In those days, there's no car. There's to walk or on the horseback or sometimes by carriage, that's horse-drawn carriages. So that was the situation, and they went there, constructed some tents, some small wooden houses. Still one house is remaining. Most of them it is burnt. Only one house where they used to meditate. And in that small room they used to sit, 12, 13 people, and they used to meditate. And every year they remembered that. So this time they invited me, I went over there, and the subject was the message of the Shanti Ashrama. What was the message? Meditation, meditation, meditation. What's that Swami Turiyananda ji Maharaj said? Meditate till the light flashes into your mind and the Atman stand self-revealed. The Atman stand self-revealed. Swayam Prakash, that is the speciality. Are we going to achieve something? No. Are we going to get something? No. Getting means it is something outside, we are going over there and collecting or finding or taking, but which is already within us, which is our own, what about that? So that's called self-revealing. Then why we can't find that, why we can't understand that? This is because ego is covering a little bit. Then Swami Turiyananda ji Maharaj also, sometimes he will be little harsh. In this country, people always they want the equal type of behavior. It's not possible. Sometimes some people, for some reason, so he used to talk maybe a little harshly. So one lady was telling, why do you speak in that way to me? And she was crying when Turiyananda ji told, you don't understand that we love you and we want to see you perfect. And that's why this is the system that has been adopted in Eastern countries to rebuke to those people so that they can rectify and become more perfect. So that was the teaching, that way they were going on. It's not only meditation, different type of work. And when they were working in different ways, somebody is going and collecting food, somebody bringing water 6 miles away, the well, from there the water, and Turiyanandaji himself drew a line, pipeline, from where it should come, the water, etc. All these things was there in meditation. Why I am mentioning? Because we are discussing on meditation. Meditation doesn't mean that we have to sit all the time inside the temple. Meditation doesn't mean that we have to constantly close our eyes. Meditation means constantly engaging our mind, focused our mind on something very, very higher, which we, the devotees, call God. And the Vedantin call Brahman, yogis they call Atman. So over that, when we are focusing our mind, and so when we are working, when we are reading, when you are talking with people, when you are walking, every time that one thing should be always there. And then what happens? We develop concentration, the control over the mind, control over the senses. And when we develop control over the mind and the senses, what happens? Then Rishi Patanjali is telling, you get lot of power, unthinkable power, which is not ordinarily found in the ordinary people. This power comes. And where from it is coming? From the nature. How it is coming? Just by concentrating on a particular place or subject. So that is the power of concentration. And this concentration, we already read in this chapter, 3rd chapter, that Kantakupe Shut Pipasha Navrittihi. In the 30th aphorism, it says that Kantakupe, just in between the throat and the chest, at that particular portion, if one can concentrate, then Shut Pipasha, Shut means the hunger, Pipasha thirst, are totally eradicated. There you won't feel that hunger and the thirst. So that is possible. Concentration on the hollow of the throat brings the power of cessation of hunger and thirst. And in the 31st aphorism it says, Kurmo Nadyam Stoirjam. The stoirja, this quietly waiting for the chance to come, quietly waiting for the future things to happen, but not inside agitation, not all the time thinking what is going to happen, what is going to happen. Very quietly, with satisfaction, waiting, whatever will happen, it will happen. That's called Kurmo Nadyam. What is that Kurmo Nadya? The nerve called Kurma. It is actually the tube within the chest. A tube within the chest that in yogi they say Kurma, tortoise. This is a name only. And there when we are concentrating, that means on the chest when we are concentrating, but not on the lotus of the chest. That you know that whenever the gurus are giving the instruction, you must have to meditate in your heart, on the lotus. Lotus is the yogis, they find it. This is a different, this is the tube. In that, if one can concentrate, that's called the kurma, then the fixity of the body comes. The body and the mind, it becomes totally still. And that is the wonderful thing. I don't know whether the elephants practice it or not, but I don't know how many people you have seen the elephants in the jungle. I have seen when the huge beast waiting, standing, not a single sound, and it can wait over there for hours together without moving, without making any sound. Otherwise, elephants create a lot of sound, but that time they will never create any sound. Sometimes people will go and in the dark they won't find what is it, so they may collide with the elephant itself. Such a huge beast, quietly they will be waiting. So it is just, it came in my mind, I am telling, but it is not the example. Example is of the yogi. They will be quietly sitting and sitting like the stone without moving, and that is called the kurma natyabhyam stoirjam. Then it says murdha jyotishi siddhadarsham. Colonel Olcott and their group, they tried to find this type of darshana, the siddha darshana. What are the siddhas? And they thought it's not the ghost, it is not the god. In between, it's that some people, by practicing austerities, purities, they have reached in such a place, such a condition, that they call siddhas, holy people, but not siddha. When the moment we use the term siddha, that in Sanskrit they call achieved, the person who has already achieved the goal, siddha. It is not that. But these people, they have acquired some power, and so the luminous bodies, they will be in the atmosphere, and if one can concentrate like this, murdha, concentrating on the light emanating from the top of the head. And they say the top of the head means there are 3 blocks. At the right side, at the left side, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, and in the front. And almost near the front, there is a small hole, and from there comes a light. On that light, if one can concentrate, but it is not the Sahasrara. The Sahasrara again different, but it is a different type hole where if we can concentrate, we can see the siddhas, a kind of devas, and but not perfected soul, it can be seen. So these people, they used to say that still the siddhas, these yogis, they are there in the Himalayas. Many people, they are fond of all these things. So they will be meditating only to get their darshana, and not only darshana. The moment they come, then you can say, "Sir, I am in difficulty. Can you please help?" As because you have the power. So like that, that is the idea, to get some supernatural help from these people, and they will be always concentrating on that. But Swami Vivekananda, of course, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they are not at all giving the permission that you should not. These are the courses automatically comes. These are the powers automatically comes when you are proceeding towards the perfect concentration, that's called samadhi. Now, in the 33rd aphorism, it says, Prati bhadva sarvam. Now, pratibha is the enlightenment from purity. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, why don't you go directly to the landlord, to the king? If you go to the king and can develop an acquaintance with him, and if the king or the landlord or the rich man likes you, loves you, then he will give everything to you, whatever you want. Why you are going to different people around that king and asking how much money he is having, how much gold he is having, how much this, how much that? Why don't you go directly? And once you go over there, you get everything. Here in this 33rd aphorism, it says, Prati bhadva sarvam. Sarvam means everything. What those everything? Which we have already discussed. All this supernatural power the yogic power, it is possible when the enlightenment from purity comes. See, many of the people, they could not understand the teachings of Jesus. In one sentence he is telling, but when he told to those people, they were not in that condition to understand this, the real meaning of his teaching. Blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. Very clear. It is in the Bible. And naturally, this purity, the moment the purity comes, then everything karakamalabat, as if it is within on your palm, you can hold it. All these supernormal powers that have been described will come without any concentration, any effort, any sanyama. When one rises to the higher state of, that is called pratibha, but this purity. The pratibhad va. This pratibha, this is a terminology used by the yogis. If you can reach up to that, and that is the purity. And what is that purity? Again and again the word the pure, pure, pure they say. What is that purity? We have to keep in mind. It is very difficult to explain, but as Swami Vivekananda is mentioning, unselfishness. And I was to wonder, he said, unselfishness is God. Unselfishness is God? We are also unselfish so many times. Now we are thinking about the people of Nepal. We have not seen them. We have heard about them. We saw their pictures. And immediately one devotee rang me in the morning and told, Swamiji, can I send some money to them so that they can help, they can organize? I talked to the Swami there. He told, okay, we are preparing from tomorrow. We are collecting all our volunteers and our resources, and from tomorrow onwards, this is evening for them. So they are preparing from the tomorrow morning. That means today, our night, they will start the work. We are thinking for those people. This is also unselfishness. We don't want anything from them. Not the praising. Who is giving the donation, nobody knows. It's coming from the Vedanta Society. So many people contributing, it is going in the name of Vedanta Society. And this is also unselfishness. Not that they will be going to visit over Nepal, so I am donating, put my name over there, so then remember that I gave you. Nothing like that. This is also unselfishness. Yes, practice of unselfishness. This is also the practice of unselfishness. Dhanam, damascha, yajnascha, etc. This dana is giving for the benefit of others without expectation. It's a great, wonderful job and very, very good job to purify our mind, but that also is not completely pure. And this unselfishness, when it comes, it's very difficult to explain, but that brings the love for each and everyone. Anyone suffering anywhere, that comes to the heart and they feel. So that is why the avatars, they come because of that. The God himself, he is coming. Why should I have to come? In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling, I don't have any responsibility in this world, but still I am coming. I am working. Insatiently I am working because I love these people. I like to show them the path. I want to show them that what is joy. So this is the unique way. Highly educated people, but the clarity of thought in this level is very, very less. Why? Again the karma. What is that karma? I. So this, when it comes, then they don't wait for the name, fame, praise, blame, nothing. They only try to help the others. So that is called Pratibhadva sarvam. When it comes, then everything comes. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna saw the young Narendranath, he himself, he was telling to others, when I first saw that young boy, I was wondering, such a Sattik person in Calcutta? Most of the people, they come to the cities, capitals, for what? To gain something, name, fame, money, position. And this boy, he is coming from Calcutta, he is having everything, but totally unattached with all those things, and he never bother about these things. And when in those days, the representative of Nepal, the Nepal king, the ambassador of Nepal king, he was in Calcutta, he used to come to Sri Ramakrishna. So he liked Narendranath, a boy of 17, 18 years, young man, very bright. So one day he was going back after meeting Sri Ramakrishna, he was going back to Calcutta, and he offered, do you like to come to my college? He wanted to give him he could come along with him. Anyone would have been so happy to go to such a person, to sit by his side, to talk with him, to develop the relation. And Narendra, he said, no, you go. I will go afterwards. How he will go? Walking. But never bothered about that. This is called totally unattached, but established in his own self is so difficult. Even difficult to understand this. And some people, they will say they were not practical. In a practical way, they must develop the relation. No, nothing. So this is called the purity, and when it comes, Sri Ramakrishna wanted to offer all this power to him. Ashta Siddhi. I will give you all this power, supernatural power, for which the yogis, life after life, they are meditating, practicing. I will give it to you. And that young man told, am I going to achieve the Brahman by that? No, you won't. But you will get lot of name and fame. Thousands of people will come to you, they will throng, because you will have all this power to show them the supernatural power to help them. And the world, they will appreciate those things. He said, I don't care, I don't want those things. But he got. He achieved all those powers. How? By getting this purity, the purity of heart. In this, when we were discussing about Turiyanandaji's, Swami Vivekananda and Turiyanandaji almost the same age, maybe 1 year plus minus. But Swamiji was asking Turiyanandaji, Hari Bhai, you must go and take this responsibility to teach some handful people the Vedanta over there. And Mother wants it, he said. Mother means the Divine Mother. Goddess Kali, the Shakti of God, the power of God. So Mother wants it. Then Turiyanandaji told, why don't you tell it is your wish? I will follow that. Why you are telling it is Mother's wish? Do you think, do you want me to believe that the Divine Mother came to you and told this thing to you, and then you are telling me? He was friends, so he was just joking. Immediately Vivekananda became very grave. And in that position he said, if you have tuned your mind, you can hear the words of Mother. This purity that takes the mind in such a height, it is so easy. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to converse, talk with the Divine Mother Kali. And who is this Kali? He himself said, Sri Ramakrishna said, whom you call Brahman, I call Kali. I call Mother. So the same Brahman, same consciousness, that has taken the human form as a form, goddess Kali, and Sri Ramakrishna is talking with him. And not only that, with great conviction he is telling, I swear in the name of Mother, the God is there. Anyone can see God, talk to God. So that are the promises. So it is there. Only thing, we have to take our mind in that purity level. So this call. Then in the 34th aphorism it says, Hridaye chitta sambit. Concentrating on heart, Hridaya, one gets the knowledge of the contents of the mind, one's own and also the other's mind, contents of the mind, when we are meditating on the heart. You know that we have 7 stages in the body, and there the yogi said Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, like this it goes and up to, and Hridaya, that is the place Sri Ramakrishna used to say that is the best place to meditate. And in that Hridaya, when we are meditating, one can achieve contents of the heart. What is the heart? Hridaya, Man, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahamkar. This Chitta is the heart, that means the repository, the storehouse of all our past work, and that is already started giving the result, and all those things are there. So one can understand why this is happening, and at the same time, after reaching over there, getting the power, one can see the other's heart also. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again he is telling, I can see your mind as one can see the things kept in the glass almirah. So one can see very clearly inside that almirah, the glass almirah, what is there inside. Similarly, when I look at you, I can see. So like that, so many powers are there. I told you the stories of some of our President Swamijis, but in the Ramakrishna mission, they don't like to discuss about it, and they don't like to. Recently only, some people are writing books about our great Swamis, senior Swamis, who achieved this power. Otherwise, only 3, Thakur, Ma, Swamiji, Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sarada, and Swami Vivekananda, Arpanamastu. Whatever they did, they offered it to them in their name. All those great personalities, the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, the apostles of Sri Ramakrishna, they were also great people. They had a lot of achievements. Whatever they thought they did, that happened. Whenever they thought. You know that lovely stories, wonderful, very interesting stories. This, our Raja Maharaj, they called, the Swami Brahmananda ji, when he was meditating, he thought, oh, if somebody could bring luchi and some halwa, they're made of, so one kind of sweets, I could enjoy. And he forgot again. After he thought came, and then he again forgot, again plunged in meditation. And then he found one person is coming with that luchi and halwa. Sir, this is for you. Then he was inquiring, how come you are coming? Because you don't know me. No. My God, Sri Ramachandra, came last night and told, my disciple is sitting over there on the bank of Jamuna. Go and give this thing to, on the bank of, not Jamuna, that's what's called that river, Ayodhya? Sarayu. Go and give it to him. And so I have come. And he showed you. So I am not mistaken. How it is possible? Whenever anything they are thinking, immediately it is achieving. So any pure thought, immediately things started coming, and that has been proved in our lives also, in a very gross way. Not that the God came and showed, but in the God's work, so many people came forward to help. When it was necessary, exactly that time that person came and helped. And when it was over, he went away. His job was only to do that. We have seen in our lives, if you talk with the Swamis, most of them, they have this type of experiences, but we don't give much importance. We think, oh, suddenly that person came, it was so good, he helped me. How he came, why he came, how he got the inspiration, and why that particular person at the time when it was necessary. And when I was thinking to construct some building in Andaman, you know that place, totally remote place, suddenly one person came. I found that every evening he used to come and sit just in front of our ashrama. If you have gone to Andaman, you know there's the ocean, then the parapet, the road, then our ashrama. So he used to sing Khandana Bhava Vandana, and he used to sit over there smoking. Then every evening after the prayer, I used to go over there, sit quietly for some time. Then one day I picked up the conversation with him and told, I see every day you are sitting over here, but who are you? He said, Swamiji, my wife is a devotee of Ramakrishna, but I don't believe in God. I have come over here to construct one 5-star hotel. In the evening when you people sing, then I like that music, that song, so I come and sit over here. Don't ask me to go inside the temple. I told him, I'll never ask. Then slowly, he himself started coming, talking this and that, and then he helped me to drawing his old office, your old people. And then suddenly he was telling Swamiji, I am an aged person, I won't be able to stand with the laborers. When everything was taking shape, work started, I have given the drawing, but you need one young engineer, junior engineer, to look after. I told, junior engineer? And if you have to hire, there's a lot of charges. So what to do? Then suddenly one young girl came and he told, Swamiji, my mother has taken initiation from Ramakrishna Mission. She has asked me to come to you to take the blessings. And what for? Blessings? No, I have just passed engineering. I told, engineering? Oh yes, civil engineer. Now I am waiting to get a job. And why are you waiting? Join over here. And she joined, she worked. Do you think just accident? These are the people who were sent by God. Because the God wanted to do it, and he did. And he kept me in front, just he kept me. I don't know why. Maybe just, acha, chalo, like that. Not that I am doing. Everybody says, oh, you have done. Nothing I have done. I know it very well. So these people, after finishing, they left. Somewhere they went. There's no contract. So like this it comes, when the God wills, it is possible. Just like the miracle, it happens. But only thing, you should have a very pure heart and only praying for the benefit of others, you get all these things. Then in the next aphorism, 35th aphorism, it says, Satta Purushayoho Atyanta Asankirnoho Pratyaya Vishesha Bhoga Pararthatvat Swartha Sanyamat. The words that they have used, that is very difficult. I don't know why they have used like this. Nowadays it is very easy, as simple as possible words they use so that people can understand. Same thing they will be telling, very things that we understand, but they use this type of terminologies. Now sattva means sattva guna. We know that sattva, raja, tama, the three qualities. This sattva guna, purusha, that is atman, are totally different. Now sometimes some people are very highly sattva guni. These sattva guni people, they will never tell lies, they will never hurt others, they will never think bad about others. Oh, very good person. and we call them Mahapurusha. But even then, they are not connected with Atman. So that is also not Atman, not connected with Atman. They have developed the guna, Sattva guna. Now, before going further, let us remember the story that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said. So, if you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna carefully, and then you will find all the scriptures actually supporting those statements, and he wonderfully explained. Sri Ramakrishna said one person was crossing a jungle area. Then 3 people came, they were dacoits, and they robbed off all those things that he was having. Then one person said, kill him. Unless we kill him, he will go back and then he will report about us, it is better to kill. He is the tamasic. Then the second man told, why to kill? Just to killing unnecessarily, we are committing some sin. Already we are sinners. Again, over that is not necessary. Tie him in this tree and leave him over here. Then the jungle, animals are there, they will take care of him. They tied him and went away. He was Rajaguni. And suddenly, when the man was thinking that I am going to die, one person came, the third dacoit, he came back, he opened that rope and told, friend, come with me. And he took to the end of the jungle and showed him, so that is your village. You take this road and then go reach to your village. This man told, you are so good, you have helped me, why don't you come along with me and be a guest? Then he said, I am also a dacoit. I may be a little good from them, but I am also a dacoit. If I go over there, the police will arrest me, I cannot go. He is a sattva. See the wonderful way Sri Ramakrishna explains the tama, raja and sattva. Tama never care for others' feeling, just kill. Now we see the lot of tama. Almost every day in our media, the lot of tamas are coming. 30 people beheaded, 16 people. So like that, all the great tama. The rajagunis are also there. But the sattvaguni are also there. But those who are the student of yoga, we have to keep in mind that this is also is not the last. So here it says sattva and purusha. What is purusha? Atman. What is sattva? Equality. So sattva is equality and Atman is the final, and this sattva and Atman cannot be together, but we feel that they are together. Atyanta sankirnaha. They are totally different. See the atyanta asankirna. Atyanta asankirna. Totally, atyanta totally, asankirna different. See the terminology? The different, another word they could use, but asankirna, they are different. Then say pratyaya vishesha, that means non-discrimination between soul and the sattva guna. What happens? Bhoga, enjoyment comes parathatvat, for the sake of the soul. Swartha sanyamat, concentration on self-centered one. Purusha jnanam, gives the knowledge of the Purusha or the Atman. Now, breaking all these words, we came to know that Atman and the Sattva guna, Raja and Tama, impossible, only Sattva guna. These two, the Sattva guna and the Atman, they are not the same. So, when we enjoy through Sattva guna, we think the Atman is enjoying. No. But when we can discriminate and differentiate Atman and the Sattva guna, then only we get the knowledge of the Purusha, the ultimate. Now, here Swami Vivekananda is telling, when Sattva is free from egoism and illumined with the pure intelligence of Purusha, it is called self-centered. Now, the self-centered, always we say, is a self-centered person. He only thinks about himself. Now, the word self-centered is used. Why I am explaining in this way? So that we should not be confused. Here, in this particular aphorism, self-centered, the word has been used to explain Sattva is free from egoism. What is that egoism? I consciousness. I am pure, I am pure, I am pure. There are some people who will be worshipping, the others are coming. Oh, can you please give me a flower from the Bhagavan's charan, from his feet, the flower that has been offered. Okay, wait, I will see. They are asking flower from his feet, and this person, he is showing, I am a Sattik man and only I can go and touch his feet and not these people. So that's called I am holier than thou attitude comes from here also. So this creates problem. Again and again we have to be very, very careful. When the avatars are coming and they invite all different type of people, we don't understand that. At the time of Ramachandra, when the Vibhishana came to Ramachandra, Lakshmana, Hanumana and others, they were doubtful. And Lakshmana, he was very vocal. He told, you should not accept him. We do not know about him. Maybe that he is coming to collect all information from our camp. Rama didn't answer. No, he has come, let him be here. They were not happy. But Ramachandra was, then ultimately he said to those people, whoever will come to me, telling that, uttering that, I take refuge at you, I am not going to give him up, whoever he may be. Look at it. So that is called avatara, because they are free from all this. Lakshmana was a great person, great personality, great soul. But even then, Hanumana is a great soul. Even then, for them, the discrimination is there. For the avatara, whoever comes to me, and suppose someone is coming and we say, no, you should not come, you should not look at Thakur and all this, then what happens? God himself become angry. We have seen in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, his own nephew, who used to serve him. But after that service, the ego came and he sometimes told him to Thakur, had I not been here, where you were? Sri Ramakrishna, I only kept you alive by my serving. Sri Ramakrishna was wondering. So like that, then afterwards he made a mistake and he was taken out from the Dakshineshwar campus. He couldn't even meet Sri Ramakrishna because he was not allowed to enter into the campus. So that's why we must be very, very careful. We do not know, only thing we should see that nobody is coming and destroying, creating difficulties, that we have to see, as because we are here. So it says, the Sattva Purusha Atyanta Sankirna Pratyaya Vishesha Bhoga Parathatvat Sartha Sanyamat. And Swami Vivekananda said, when the Sattva is free from egoism and illumined with the pure intelligence, look at it, Sattva is free from ego and then automatically it is illumined with the pure intelligence of Purusha. It is called the self-centered one, because in that state it becomes independent of all relations. This is the explanation of the yogic stages. Now that particular condition, that Purusha only is remaining and nothing else, And that is exactly what Sri Ramakrishna is. Sometimes his behavior, we used to wonder. Sometimes he is very normal, and sometimes he is very, very different. Nowadays, in the modern society, everybody is so much conscious, and when they read that Sri Ramakrishna, he could not eat from the plate, food from the plate which was touched by some other person. Oh, why this discrimination in the society that should not be there? So this is the now I went to explain the Bhagavad Gita, then I told in the Kurukshetra, the Duryodhana and the Pandava, they are fighting. Then one young girl told, but fighting is not good, why they should fight? I told her, if they don't fight, then where from the Gita will come? Let them fight, the Gita will come. I will explain. Now you are thinking the fighting is bad, but the situation was totally different. Why they should fight? Brothers should not fight. And it's a good idea, but that time who will tell them? This is 1,000 years before. Anyway, forget about it, listen to Gita. So now this type of thoughts comes because of emotion. But when it says that particular condition comes, it's not attached with anybody, it's very, very difficult for that particular person even to be in the company of those people who are thinking differently. So that is the condition. So this here we find this Swami Vivekananda is telling. The next it says that tata prativa sravana vedana adarsha aswad varta jayante. Now suppose that sattva is totally free from ego, I consciousness, and then what happens? In that consciousness only Purusha that remains, and in the 36th aphorism it says tata, from that spontaneous knowledge what comes? Sravana. Sravana means hearing, divine things they can hear. Then Vedana, the touch, Adarsh, the sight, Aswad, the taste, Varta, the smell, Jayante, Gyan, the knowledge that comes, the gain. The power, supernatural power that we are discussing about the yoga, it is because when that condition comes, it is all these things are coming. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is talking with the Divine Mother. What did you say? That I should not go over there. Okay, I won't go. What do you say? That I should eat. Okay, I am eating. And then sometimes he is arguing, how can I eat and offer to you? No, don't insist. He is fighting. He is arguing with the Divine Mother. All others are thinking he is just making a drama, doing the drama to impress that landlord, Mathur Babu. And they invited Mathur Babu to come secretly to observe. Look at it. And this Brahmana, this is a person, he is behaving in such a way and he is not following the tradition, any norm, breaking everything is very bad. Mathur Babu came, he saw, look at Mathur Babu, he was having that purity to understand the purity of Sri Ramakrishna. Of course, it was the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna. Many, many times he blessed Mathur Babu and he was very fond of Mathur Babu. Mathur Babu had many other defects, as we call it, but still Sri Ramakrishna had great love for him. Once Mathur Babu was thinking, I am serving this man, but is he really holy? Otherwise I am spending so much, that these people, they always think, I am spending my money, in exchange what I am getting. Am I really spending my money for a holy person or not? Because Sri Ramakrishna, very simple looking, that time look at the Mathur Babu's fate. He saw Kali and Shiva in the person of Sri Ramakrishna. Even that portico is still there where he walked in Dakshinesha. Still there, people don't know. But there when Sri Ramakrishna is walking, In one side he is going Shiva, and coming back Kali. Mathu Babu saw it. And he came running. So these things, it's happened that they, Sravana, Vedana, Adarsh, the sight, they can see. Not all. One lady about whom we have already talked 2-3 times, I think I have referred, Gopaler Ma, the mother of the Gopal. She used to see the Gopala as her child. No other people couldn't see. She used to carry the Gopala, the god, in her hand, and then walking through the marketplaces, all people used to look at her and say, oh, she has lost the mental balance. But she was carrying God, then no one could see. So that is the condition. When that mind goes up to that, then the hearing, then the Vedana, the touch. And Sri Ramakrishna, he is touching the baby Ramachandra, and very naughty, like any young child. He is naughty, he is forcing that I should go and bathe in the Ganga, and then ultimately Sri Ramakrishna had to beat him to tell, no, you should not go at this time, the Ganga you should not go. God, and he is serving God by touching him. So this touch, the other sight and the taste and smell, everything is gained from that. Then in the 37th aphorism it says, Te samadhu upasargaha bhuttvani siddhaya. Now these are the obstacles of samadhi, giving the, he is asking the yoga, all these powers that is coming, that cannot help you to get samadhi, the ultimate of yoga. Why we are practicing yoga? Why we are reading yoga, hearing about yoga, learning about yoga, to reach to the ultimate goal. What is that goal? Samadhi. And again in the samadhi, the highest stage of samadhi is nirvikalpa samadhi. Savikalpa, nirvikalpa. And in that samadhi, all this power that he has already explained, everything is the hurdles. If you get that power, you will never get the samadhi. That's why the yogis, as because they used to develop this type of power, they knew the people will come to them. So they used to go away to inside, and more remote and more remote and more remote places, so that they can reach to that ultimate, that samadhi. Bandha karanam saithilyat prachara samvedanachya chittasya parasharira abeshaha. Now this another power is explaining, and it says, Swami Vivekananda's book, to the yogi, knowledge of the enjoyments of the world comes by the junction of the Purusha and the mind. Knowledge of and the enjoyment of the worldly things, the mind and the Chaitanya, which is called Purusha. If he wants to make concentration on the knowledge that they are two different things, nature and soul, he gets knowledge of the Purusha. He is explaining, from that arises discrimination. When he has got that discrimination, he gets the pratibha, the light of the Supreme. These powers, however, are obstructions to the attainment of the highest goal, the knowledge of the pure self and freedom. These are, as it were, to be met in the way, and if the yogi rejects them, he attains the highest. If he is tempted to acquire these, his further progress is barred. So that is what Swami Vivekananda is telling. Most of the time, the yogis, they cannot give it up. There is so much of temptation, and that's why they want to show Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again through the small stories, trying to impress our mind so that we should not be too much attracted to this supernatural power. And he told two brothers. One, he was in the home, he was cultivating, maintaining the family. Another brother, he went in the jungle to practice yoga. He got initiated by some person, and he was practicing yoga. After 12 years, he came back and told his brother, "Oh, still you are doing the same work. Now you know how much power I have acquired." "What?" "Yogic power. Come, I will show you." Then the brother went along with the elder brother, and the elder brother told, "Look at it. I will just walk on the water." He walked on the water, crossed the river, reached to the other shore, and his brother hired a boat and followed him. Both the brothers, they reached almost the same time. Then the younger brother told, "After spending 12 years, you have only learned 4 annas knowledge." 4 anna means only a quarter, and that knowledge, I paid that man quarter, and he actually rowed, and I came this side of the river, I crossed by boat, and only you have walked, and for that 12 years you have spent. By these words, Sri Ramakrishna is giving us this idea, these are not good things. But the next aphorism, which we will study the next Sunday, it says a wonderful thing. Yogi can enter into the body of others, and while he is still living, he can enter into the body of others. That is the yogic power. The one person yesterday, after the talk, he was telling that, "Swamiji, we are not very sure how this world was created. The God created, but we don't know God, and all. So is this just assumption that we are practicing religion?" I told, it is not assumption, but in the beginning, of course, it is. We are assuming that there is a God, and God has created this universe, and everything is going on like this. We have assumed. And now tell me, that was the question, now tell me, can the supercomputer, if not the information has not been given into him, that computer, tell who has created that computer? Vigyatanam are kena bijaniyat. In the Upanishad it says, Vigyatanam are kena bijaniyat. Who can know that? Who is the knower? He is the knower. Sri Ramakrishna's story again, the small example. Then one person, he is the guard in the railway. In the dark, he was only having a lantern, and that is focused in one side. And with that, he was focusing on all. But no one could see him because he was on the dark side, back of that light. If you want to see the guard, you have to tell and request, "Sir, will you please turn the light on your face? I like to see you." Similarly, you have to request to the God, the creator, the knower, "I want to know you, I want to see you. Will you please reveal yourself to me?" Then only there is a possibility. Otherwise, whatever the coalitions they are going to do, once again they are trying to explain the Big Bang and all those things. It comes very excited, but after some time somebody else will come, "Oh, that is nothing, another taste, another taste." Nothing, very good thing, very subtle thing is coming up, but at the same time, this is this. One lady, she has joined in the convent. Yesterday she was talking with me. She was completed her research and got this PhD degree on cancer, and she completed that research, and afterwards she thought, "What I am going to do with this? Rather I should go and join and develop a spiritual life, very hard life." I told, "Are you happy?" "I am very happy." But I could see that no proper food and very hard type of work that they have to do. All these nuns, they went from San Francisco to construct, to make the whole thing ready. only for one lecture. A few lectures, only 2.5 hours. So they all went, they constructed everything, they arranged for the food, they cleaned, everything was meticulously they kept. And then when we were coming back, chill weather, because it is coming, dark is coming, and they were working again to pack everything, come back. So that way they are leaving, and she was highly qualified. So how it is possible? There must be something somewhere so that people can dedicate and they get lot of solace, lot of joy, and that what we call God or Atman or Brahman. So may that Brahman, the Atman, the God bless us, so we can understand in this very life that the God is there and we are the very pure selves. We are not ordinary, we are very, very special. Let us chant this sloka and complete. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam navasangatam naiva muktirnameya chidananda rupa shivoham 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 shivoham. Dear devotees, friends, I think the coming Sunday we are going to observe the Buddha